What's up, Facebook? How's everybody doing? This is Kickstart and KHEA Radio, and we are at Cafe Johnny's in Webster, Texas, right here at 528 and Bay Area Boulevard, and we're with Johnny. How's it going, Johnny?
How you doing?
So we have some food right here that just got set down. It smells delicious, and I'm actually super hungry. Kind of really a little bit too excited to tear into this, but we need to make sure that we show our family and folks and everybody what we have going on. Kurt, show them that gumbo.
So we have a gumbo here. What's all in this gumbo, Johnny?
It's crab meat and shrimp, crawfish, and whitefish.
Ooh,
it's all in there with an amazing chocolate roux.
So we got put onto this place from Danny Lee, the foodie realtor that we have the opportunity to go hang out with. And so you've been here plenty of times, haven't you?
Actually, no. I was just introduced to this Monday by my good friend Anna Babineau, my mortgage lender, and we came in here, had a lunch meeting, and the food was over the top, and so quickly said, hey, we've got to come back in and bring the KHEA guys and taste some things. So here we are.
We are tagged. He is tagged in this video, so you can check it out. Check out his page. He's always going to different restaurants and found this gem in Webster. Mm-hmm. So we were just talking off the air. You started this September 2nd, correct?
Correct, right after Hurricane Harvey.
And how's business been? Like, what are people saying about this place?
Well, people are thoroughly enjoying it. They love the food. We've got some amazing reviews on pretty much every category, from Google to Yelp to Facebook. The restaurant guru actually reviewed us, and out of 300 restaurants in Webster, they ranked us 10th. So we're really excited about that.
Man, there's 300 restaurants in Webster?
Well, I think it's Webster Clear Lake, that whole surrounding area.
Nice. There's so many businesses around here, and the cities that we've heard talk about this before, they all like intertwined. Mm-hmm. There's so many different places that are like, well, you're brand new, but we didn't know that you were here.
Right.
And it's just so much fun to come out and be able to meet you,
sure,
and be introduced to everything. So what is this?
That is our crawfish jalapeno.
And what kind of sauce is it?
That is our Cajun mayo. And we make that in-house. We actually originally started it as a remoulade, and then we kind of got crazy and started adding other things to it. And so it's a mixture of quite a bit of stuff. It actually has our Holy Trinity in it, which is bell peppers, celery, and onions, all mixed together and blended, and then has a lot of other fun things in it, some spices and other sauces. Yeah. So it has an incredible blend. It actually, what it does is spicy foods, like our, if you're eating a blackened catfish and you eat that with it, it kind of tones down the spice. But then when you eat it with something that's not spicy, it enhances the flavor of what you're eating. So it's actually, I eat that with pretty much everything now. I don't eat any other condiments anymore.
That's what I was going to say. I feel like
I eat that on po' boys. I eat that with onion rings, French fries, hot dogs. We actually have a hamburger that we do that with our Cajun burger, because it's a combination of Creole mustard and the Cajun mayo, and it's just like an explosion of flavors in your mouth.
So, talk a little bit about this kind of food is perfect for what Johnny's Cafe stands for.
Sure.
What kind of food do you offer here, and why that food?
Well, it's Cajun Creole. Of course, you have the South Louisiana, Central Louisiana, and then of course the New Orleans style, which is Creole. And so there's a good variety of really comfortable Louisiana foods. My dad was born and raised in Natchitoches, Louisiana, and this whole environment kind of came about from him, while he, from his stories, talking about the places he liked to go to. And when he went to school at Louisiana Tech, where he met my mother, there in Ruston, Louisiana, these are the places they went to. They were comfortable. They, pretty much family owned, a community involved. Everybody knew each other, and everybody just loved each other's company. And it was always a fun place, and that's what we're trying to do here. I just try to bring a little bit of nostalgia back to Friendswood, Clear Lake, and Webster, to where it bring back the community.
this morning we had our show, and one of the people that worked there was like, so where are y'all going? So we told him Cafe John. He's like, where's that at? So I told him where it was, and he said, man, my wife just went there and picked up food the other day, and it was amazing. So I guess people are starting to just stop by or hear about it and stuff. So that's really cool.
It takes time. I mean, after Harvey, people were looking to survive.
Right.
They were looking for a new restaurant, that's for sure. And the restaurants that they did go to was what they were comfortable with because that's where they had been going. And a new restaurant was not in their vocabulary at that time.
Yeah.
Right.
So it has taken a little time to get the word out. But every day we get new faces coming in here going, this is amazing. Or people are saying, this is not what I expected. Of course, my feeling is, well, what'd you expect? And not this, for a mom and pop place. They didn't expect really quality foods. It's like what I tell everybody, we are literally a hand or a scratch-made kitchen, everything's handmade. I actually get my produce every morning from Aldi's next door. So it's fresh produce every single morning. I like that old-fashioned way of doing things, where when you watch some of these foodie shows on the Food Network channels and where they go down the street and they shop at their neighborhood, street corner to get their supplies, and then they come back to the restaurant and that's what they make that day. That's kind of my feeling. In doing this, I really enjoy knowing what I'm serving and that it's quality in what I'm serving.
Daniel, you've been to a lot of different restaurants. Tell us a little bit about what makes this place stand out over the other ones that you've been to.
We know it's interesting. I was having a conversation just this morning with my friend Lucilla Craig at the Nutrition Hub in Carolina. I go in and get a meal replacement shake. I told her I was heading for Cajun food. So I like Cajun food. She's like, really? Well, what did you have? So, well, I don't know, it was like blackened or something. I said, well, what didn't you like? So, well, it was really salty. I said, well, you didn't have the right Cajun food. That just meant you went someplace where they took a big thing of slap your mama or Tony's and hosed something down and then put it in a cast iron pan. Good Cajun food has the heat that I know you like, but it doesn't have to be over salted. It's subtle spices, and these are excellent examples of a flavor that just, like you said, explodes in your mouth, but without having a massive amount of salt. For me, I really enjoy seeing the differences between the different types of Cajun places, like here versus, say, the Roux House. They're very strongly Creole, and so their roux is much lighter and different taste, but it's not like one is right and the other is wrong. It's just all these nice differences that makes exploring all these restaurants such a joy. I had the crawfish po' boy the other day. It was just over the top. And my friend, she had the etouffee, I believe it was, and hers disappeared very rapidly. I think she really liked it.
Well, the other good thing about us is that we're not just Cajun and Creole, we're also Southern foods too. So there's that good variety for those that are not into the Cajun side of it, to where they can get just a good old hometown chicken fried steak. And we use local distributors. So I actually go and get my meats at Stanton's Meat Market over in Alabama. And then we use Coliseum Bakery here in Webster for our breads. And so I like to stay local.
That's awesome. So you have
And fresh.
You have a background in theater and communications and radio and broadcast. How did you end up making delicious food here in Webster, Texas?
Well, one, I grew up in Friendswood. We moved to Friendswood in 1970. So I was a Friendswood graduate in 1984. And but this was how I grew up, eating this kind of food, and with my dad, and then my mom, being from Arkansas, had a little bit of that hillbilly food. So that's where the southern stuff comes in. So it was a great way to grow up. You had spicy and then just fun, and just good soul food to just tempt that palate.
So I saw Kurt's eyes light up again just now. So Kurt, go ahead and show him, because I don't know if you're going to be able to contain yourself. Hold on. So explain what is this titled on the menu?
This is called the adult grilled cheese. This is going to be a delicacy for me. I used to work for a TV station, and on my bio it said, the way to my heart is give me a good grilled cheese. And I still believe that. The way to my heart is just make me a good grilled cheese. Somebody actually made me a grilled cheese one time. I showed up for the news story. There's a grilled cheese waiting for me. So I love cheese. I love queso. So this is something that I definitely am excited to try.
And you can add bacon, turkey, or ham to it if you so desire.
Let me
but
see the
it's
inside.
good the way it is.
Look, it's got tomatoes in there. You can kind of see the onion rings. Woo! This is a treat for sure.
So I asked her, like, what did you eat in college? She's like, grilled cheese. I'm like, but what else? She was like,
Grilled cheese.
And I asked him now, like, you know, like, what did you eat at home? Like, I know you didn't buy groceries. He's like, yeah, dude, I cook all the time. I cook. What do you cook? Grilled cheese. And I'm like, that's not. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. You're right.
Are you sure you're from Nebraska, not Wisconsin?
I wish I was from Wisconsin. I feel like I would have had amazing cheese. I lived in Vermont for 2 years.
He's a big fan.
Vermont had Cabot cheese, and so there was a Cabot store like 45 minutes away. You would drive and you could taste test all the cheese before you bought it. So I would literally just walk around.
That's amazing.
Yes.
You should cut it in half. What do you want a piece?
Let me get some more plates for you.
You know, if you're going to get something, what would you recommend? Anything to dip? Would you recommend?
I would recommend the KHEA. I mean, I'm not kidding you. I mean, I do my French fries. People do okra. They dip their fried okra in it.
You mentioned fried okra.
Just all sorts of stuff. So let me get you some more plates.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is the adult grilled cheese.
Kurt
Wow, that's a lot of food.
he has a passion for grilled cheese.
I love to give this some mayo instead of the butter.
You know, there's some food group recently they were debating, you know, one versus the other. And I'm agnostic in that regard. I'll eat both.
So I'm eating cheese all the time.
Yeah, my mom does it with cheese. You know, that's what I found. Like a lot of the times, it's just what did you grow up having? You know, I didn't know that people made it with mayo. This is good.
So what kind of cheeses are in this adult grilled cheese? What do you think?
I've never had one with a tomato in it, but I like what it does with the cheese, like the cheese and tomato combined.
This is actually with Gouda, Havarti, and provolone, and tomatoes. So an explosion of different cheesy flavors.
Now you're speaking his language, because I know, like you said that, I'm like, okay, I've heard of Gouda, and I think I've heard of I don't know, the other one I'm not even going to pretend.
Havarti?
Danish cheese.
Yes, Danish cheese.
It's really good stuff.
It was very good.
Staple in our refrigerator. I used to work with a Brit, and we would do Gouda like that with sourdough. And he never had it before. He took a bite. He's like, it's awful. Do it in the trash. Like, stop.
What kind of bread is that?
And that's just it's a Texas, basically a Texas toast style bread that we get from Coliseum Bakery. And
They're local as well?
They're in Webster, right there in Webster. They supply a lot of the local restaurants from Galveston, you know, even into Houston. Have been fortunate enough to utilize Coliseum Bakery for many years at other establishments. Vincent and Luigi and the guys over there are just amazing, absolutely amazing. So if you're wanting great breads, Coliseum Bakery is the place to call. Coliseum Bakery.
Your meat supplier, Stanton's now.
Stanton's.
That was a
Now,
cool place.
George Stanton, opened that market in the 50s, and they just had amazing stuff. What I like about it, it's kind of like what I'm trying to do here. It's an old style mercantile kind of place. You go in there and you can get a little bit of everything. You know, you could. I wouldn't be surprised if they have an air conditioner unit there. You know, they have pretty much everything. It's an old-fashioned general store, and that's what's so amazing about it.
About 40 kinds of sauce. I bought some.
There was no other part of the grilled
Whole
cheese.
smoked
Who we cut it
turkey.
in? I thought
There was
it's like a magician. Like I seriously, like I look down and I look back up and the grilled cheese, the other part.
Yeah, it's gone. I don't know what you're talking about. There was no other grilled cheese left.
There was no other half. I don't know.
Man, I could eat that grilled cheese all day, every day. That would be the killer to my diet right there.
Well, there's a restaurant in Kurt will order like your go-to order is
Just get the grilled cheese.
not just one.
Not one. I get a double up, and they go, well, we have to charge you for the fries and charge you full price. I'm like, I don't care. I'll pay $14 for
right,
two grilled cheese
Money,
sandwiches.
money is no.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter when
If
it
I'm
comes to my
getting
grilled
the
cheese.
grilled cheese, just
Keep it coming.
keep it coming.
Excellent.
You know, I always appreciate the simple things you've done really well. I mean, the Cajun May was great with this, but it doesn't.
No, it really doesn't. These are the way I do my onion rings is just how I grew up. It's an old Southern way of doing them, lightly battered to where you're actually frying the onion. A lot of places now they batter it so heavily that the onion never cooks in it, and so you get this heavy batter and then this crunchy onion in the middle, which is not really what
And
you
it's
want.
not hot.
And it's not hot. And this way, you actually it's fall off the onion batter to where you eat it and then you're like picking the plate,
that's what I was doing.
you know,
Like,
at the
this
same
batter's good, I wanna
time.
eat it.
You know, it's finger licking good. It really is to take a slogan from somebody else.
Those onion rings are delicious. So,
Cajun mayo though, delicious.
Yeah, it's.
I love it.
We're gonna start bottling it.
just,
I like your tartar sauce. Though.
I would put
Yeah,
that
the tartar sauce is good. It's all homemade. All homemade.
Just to remind people, we are down here at Johnny's Cafe. If you're just joining us, thank you for coming. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
Cafe
quite
Johnny's.
all right.
Sorry. Cafe Johnny's. We're speaking with Johnny, who owns the restaurant. And that is tagged in this post. So if you're rewatching this, go and check out the Facebook page. You have your hours on there. It's been open since September. So come and check it out. We got one more dish here. Going. What's
Yes.
this?
Smells amazing.
It's,
All right, one more entree.
Yeah, one more entree. It's our blackened catfish smothered with etouffee. And the etouffee, a lot of these are homemade recipes. It's like the gumbo was my dad's recipe.
Try not to spill
how
it.
I grew up eating gumbo. And then the etouffee is actually my brother's recipe. So we do our little tweaks to make food tasty, but it's served with our dirty rice and zucchini. Of course, you can always choose other sides if you wish, but it is a scrumptious, spicy meal.
Is that sausage? Summer sausage on top of it?
No, that's andouille sausage.
What's that?
Andouille sausage is a Cajun sausage, so
Okay.
it's got great spice in it. Again, that is from Stanton's. They, like I said, have amazing sausage. They probably have, I've walked in there and it looks like there's 100 different brands of sausage that they have. I don't even know how many brands because they keep coming up with new stuff every time I turn around. They're actually, because I have to do an event to where this event does not, I can't make anything that's pork, sausage, or shellfish. So they're going to make up some turkey sausage for me so I can put that in my chicken and sausage right here.
This is good.
So,
All right, yeah.
You gotta try it.
well, and of course our catfish is farm raised. It's from here, so it's we're not shipping it out from somewhere else. It's U.S. farm raised catfish. I won't order anything else.
By the way, I'm not dissing this fish. I just have an annoying allergy.
All right. So, do you have a fork?
Yes, right there.
How long have you had? Has that been something you've had like your whole life, or is it something you have to adjust to?
About 35 years. I used to eat all kind of fish. And then one day I was making tuna
I
fish.
just hope I never develop an allergy.
Me
to
too.
cheese.
Me too.
I don't
Yeah,
ever-
exactly the cheese.
What would you do? You'd be like,
I would be like,
just cheese. You know what? I'm going. It's my time.
It's my time. God help me.
God telling me I don't need to be on this planet anymore. I see you like in a
I've
bathtub.
never had catfish in my life.
I'll grab some zucchini.
Really?
He's yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, you did? Did you have fried catfish there? You know what? I think we did.
Did we do catfish?
Well, you've never had black catfish.
I don't know. This is a new taste. Ooh, that
It
sausage.
has a good boom.
So much flavor.
I could do a dish just with that sausage.
Goes
How about
a
a How about a mac and cheese with that
With sausage.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then Dewey Mac. That would be a good item. We just might do it. We have actually, there are things that as we grow and develop and add to our menu, I have a chef that is a mac and cheese fanatic. Because our mac and cheese is homemade. We make it in-house. ounce, and we make it to quarter. So it's there are some fun things that we want to do with like crawfish mag, shrimp mag, chicken mag, a sausage mag, like you said.
If you make a sausage mag, you have to call it the curse.
What?
You know, the curse, right?
Wait, you're asking about
Sausage mag?
yeah.
Courtesy? The KHEA?
Yeah. Kurt will be a little offended if he's not asked to be like a taste tester for any
Right,
of
exactly.
these dishes.
I might not ever come back. No. No, I would come back to try it. I think that would be delicious.
He would be like in disguise. No, he's like,
Right.
"I'm never coming back in." And he like comes right back in with the glasses with the mustache on.
I would be down. I think that would be a delicious dish.
Yeah.
Summer sausage.
Well, there's a lot of different things that we want to play with.
whatever
We're just not there yet.
So do you have chicken tenders on your kids' menu?
Yes, we do.
Excellent. I need to come try that. After I became allergic to fish, I discovered I like tartar sauce actually more than fish. So I will go get the chicken tenders, put them in the tartar sauce.
Okay.
I'll have to check that out.
Right?
Yeah. It's got a little bit of heat to it. But that's what makes it flavor. Yeah, the catfish definitely with their blackened seasoning has and being blackened. It's all of our spices are made in house. We make them ourselves.
Wow.
So it's
Yeah.
I'll have to send Isella over here to try it done right.
yeah, definitely.
Because I need to see somebody every
Oh, you did?
one day.
No.
Because I just told you, dude, that rice is really good. And give me zucchini. That's zucchini, right?
So is
Yeah,
that
it's a sauteed zucchini.
What's that, a dirty rice?
Yeah, it's a dirty rice. It's got all sorts of good things in it.
What kind of, it's like got meat in it?
Yeah.
Yep.
What kind of meat is that?
That's
Well,
not
it's
rice.
an old-fashioned way of doing it was just there would be gizzards and then innards and everything else that would go into a dirty rice. We just do pork and
Okay.
beef.
He's gonna say that.
Okay.
We just do pork and beef. So because there's a lot of people that wouldn't want the rest of the good stuff in there.
Where were we where I was like, oh, Los Compas? We went to Los Compas and we had menudo. And they were like, just don't ask what is in there. And I was like, what is it?
Yeah. Might as well get haggis, so a good Scottish dish.
I've had that.
I discovered I'm a Scotsman about a year ago, so I need to try it.
There you go.
Is there a garlicky something? Is there a little garlic on
Sure.
there?
There's a little garlic and everything. Little garlic, little onion.
I can taste it. It's good.
We have anything. It's just soulfully
Do you
good.
want more of the fish here?
Garlic is like cream cheese.
I'm gonna eat it. Put
Yeah,
some cheese on it.
garlic is good.
So let's talk hours of operation. When are you guys open? When can people come and check you guys out?
We are open at 11 a.m. every day and until 9 p.m. during the week, and Friday and Saturday till 10.
Okay.
So we're
you're
not a
open
late-hour
all-
place.
Okay.
We're basically a family-style environment. And it's actually family owned and operated. My mom's even here most of the time. I've got two sisters that work here. Most of the guys in the kitchen are related, so it's literally a family-run establishment. And we're all one big happy family.
And for those who are just joining us, I know I messed this up earlier, but it is Cafe Johnny's. Come on down here. We're on 528, which is NASA Road. Come on down this way towards Friendswood. We're right next to the Planet Fitness.
And Specs.
And Specs is right over here. So come and check it out. And you'll have an amazing meal. So far, we haven't been disappointed yet.
Excellent. Excellent. There's a
We've
lot
done-
more.
So we've done kind of the similar food before too.
Yeah, and we're not that good at actors. If we didn't like it, you would know.
Now my face when he said like the innards and the
Yeah,
gizzards
yeah.
and the lizards and
Tastes like chicken.
Tastes like chicken. That's exactly right. One day we'll be having frog legs on the menu, and that is so good.
Is it?
Ooh, so
I've had
good.
frog legs.
Fried frog legs.
I can't
Can't beat
remember.
it.
I was a kid, and it was like on the menu somewhere. I'm gonna have to try it. But it was,
It's even more fun to go catch them.
okay.
More fun to catch them. Staying out all night, digging frogs.
frogs,
It's fun.
like the ones that jump.
Yeah, big old
You
bullfrogs.
have light and kind of white, and you try to hope you don't get the water mox from the snakes instead of the crawfish.
Right, the bullfrogs. And you want to make sure that they got good sized legs.
And you fry their legs and eat it like chicken.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
So let me put my Clear Lake Foodies hat on real quickly. There's 3 opinions here plus Johnny. There's hundreds of you. So take the opportunity to go join the Facebook group Positively Clear Lake Foodies, where the only rule is keep it positive. Because we want to hear your opinion. So I can eat, 2 or 3 times a day, maybe 5 or 6 if I portion it out. But between all of y'all, you can get a lot more places, give us a lot more opinions about food that you like. And obviously, this is keep it positive. If you don't like it, don't tell us. But if you do, we want to hear about it. So that's Positively Clear Lake Foodies.
Yeah, go like that on Facebook and check out KHEA.
Join it.
Yeah.
Pat Mayberry says he loves the ragu and chopped steak, and of course a little Cajun mayo to dip some bread or fries in.
I didn't know zucchini was finger food.
Oh yeah, that's
Absolutely delicious. Is there anything else that we haven't talked about yet that you would like to tell our fans here on Facebook?
Come out and see us. We also open Mother's Day, so we're here and waiting for those moms to come out and enjoy some great food, so you can take care of your moms. And normally on Sundays we do kids eat free. So you get with an adult entree, you get a free kid meal with it. The only thing we don't have on the kid menu for the kids eat free is the shrimp and catfish. Obviously, they're a little more pricey, but everything else is available. But we actually we have it's real catfish for the kids.
Yeah.
It's not some pre-battered nugget for the kids. We actually chop it up and make it right there. The same with shrimp. It's real shrimp, not battered, and we do everything in the kitchen.
In other words, it did not come off a truck.
No, it did not. No, it did not. Pre-battered and just dropped in a fryer. So.
We have some dessert. What are we going to have for dessert today?
You are going to be having Nana's banana pudding. Nana's. It's my mother's recipe.
It's your mother's recipe.
This is a pudding that I grew up with, and what's interesting enough is that I've been in the restaurant business for over 30 years, and I've never seen a dessert be as high as an entree. Now our gumbo, seafood gumbo, is our #1 seller, and then the next seller is the banana pudding. And then the next seller is etouffee, and then the next seller is our chicken fried steak, and then it keeps going from there. But to have a dessert as your second highest selling item, that's amazing.
So people just come here just for the dessert.
Oh, I've had a whole table of 6 people get 6 banana puddings, and, as they should. And it's hard to share that. I hate to tell you, my brother, when my mother would make it, we have our Yancey Christmas, which is the first weekend of January, because everybody can't get together, during the Christmas holidays. So we would have that, and my brother, being the guy that he is, and he's a judge, that he would literally hoard the banana pudding until he got his fill. He wouldn't even let his kids have it until he got his fill of it. So that's how good it is. So it comes in a nice little crock, and it is loaded. He's already walking away with it. So.
All right, I gotta go. I'll see you guys later.
Right, exactly.
Look at that. Look at that banana pudding.
And it's got real bananas.
Can you guys see it?
Like I got shot Monday when I had my own.
Yeah, but didn't you already start eating on it?
Well, actually, I went back to the kitchen.
Oh, did you? Okay, fair enough.
Kirsten was kind enough to throw one together.
There we go. I was wondering how that ended up looking so good when I looked at your picture.
Now, what I want you guys to do, I want you to dip one out, dip deep, pull it up, and let me get a shot of it.
Okay. Wait.
Yeah, because there's cookies and bananas all the way through
So
it.
that way we don't.
Yep.
So it goes straight down to get to the good stuff.
Are you strong enough?
There you go.
Thing of beauty. Thanks, sir.
Nice. I get it first bite.
And I will have one bite because I had my own Darwin Monday.
Go all the way to the bottom and dig out that whole corner, and then that way you're getting all the good stuff. There we go.
I like the little hole.
Yeah, these little crocks are just, I saw those and I said I had to have them.
Was there a cookie crumb too?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a layered.
It's layered with wafers and vanilla wafers, and then cookie crumbles on top. Like I said, real bananas.
My diet tomorrow. I'm gonna have to pay $5 for being overweight tomorrow, but I'm okay with that. This looks amazing.
So Alita, if you're watching, we can love you and Johnny.
Yes.
Both have amazing bananas.
I think it's very
That is
comparable. Yeah.
Yep. I've actually had some grandmas come in and get really mad at me and tell me this is not fair. Your banana is better than mine. And I'm like, hey, it's made by your grandmother, so it's okay.
This is a good recipe for sure.
It's so important for the bananas to actually be right.
Yes.
Occasionally you go someplace and they just chop a semi-green banana
Right.
and not knowing.
Right. Now, we make these fresh. And
It's healthy because it has bananas.
that's right. That's exactly right.
It is.
Extremely healthy.
Don't watch, but I might like just lick the inside of the bowl.
Oh, I've had people that are actually finger licking good. I mean, I'm watched them scoop it out with their finger.
I feel like that would be Kurt if we were
If we weren't filming, I would totally.
Use your spatula.
Yeah, it should. Actually, we should get a little miniature spatula for it.
Lick the wooden spoon.
You're doing your darndest to
Just
get
joining
all
us.
that.
We're at Cafe Johnny's over here in Webster at 528 and Bay Area, right in this big strip next to Planet Fitness.
Yeah, try it out. We've had some amazing dishes so far. We had an adult grilled cheese. We had some blackened catfish. We had we had the
Jalapeno.
yeah, the crawfish
Stuffed
jalapenos, and then we also had the gumbo.
Right.
So we've had a lot of different food options. This has been amazing. Do you have any final words for our listeners?
It's not just all of this. I mean, we do have great po' boys, hamburgers, assortment of sandwiches, just a lot of good stuff, some great southern items, just great comfort food for your soul. That's what we are.
I saw a jambalaya on your menu.
Oh yeah, there's a great jambalaya. It's a great, amazing Creole dish, which Creole dishes are obviously made with their tomato base. And so when you're doing the shrimp Creole or the jambalaya, it is a tomato-based dish.
Awesome.
So it's just loaded with flavors. A little spicy, but loaded with
I like
flavors.
spice.
That's
I
right.
love spicy.
Well, that's what Cajun is. So there's always good spice.
Thank you again for joining us. Again,
Thank
we
you.
have Danny Lee from the Galveston Foodies, the Clear Lake Foodies, the Pearland Foodies. Go and check out his pages. This is how we found out this restaurant, because he was kind enough to come down here and invite us along for the KHEA radio, and we saw the post. So if you have a good restaurant that you want us to check out, go and like his page. Go to Positively Clear Lake Foodies and join it and send us a message and say, hey, we got a restaurant for you. Tomorrow we'll be talking about this at 9 o'clock on KHEA Radio. If you haven't done so already, go and like KHEA Radio's Facebook page, and we'll be on tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock to talk more about this. Thank you again
Thank you.
for having us.
Thank you.
Any final thoughts?
Yeah, just make sure that you listen to our show Kickstart every weekday 9 to 11 a.m. on 99.5 FM and KHEARadio.com. Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you.
Thank you, Danny.
Pleasure. Always.
Setting us up, letting us know about Cafe Johnny's.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Finish.